Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more. After defeating the Guard Master, the Spirit of a Goose, Van's group was forced to repeat those last 3 days. Yeah, the time loop is finally over, though. No insanity, no dying. So that's what happened on the last episode. We went ahead and got the saltiest saltiest figure in Calvardian's history alive up out of here. However, with Swin and Nadia's safe return, they were able to spend that time completing 4 SPGs in relative peace. Yes. No insanity this time. There's a whole gang of us. Having dealt with the source of the corrosion, the hazy visions shared with Van's group had faded from the general populace's memories, including Yume, Maxim, and those closest to them. So they have no recollection of ever being of any of the corroded stuff. Despite that, those initial 3 days were not in vain. They're like, hey, all that stuff you went through didn't ultimately end up not mattering. Does Gaolong ever smile? There we go. So the Lu and Li families, everyone had finally overcome the pasts that bound them. And looks like Maxim took the win. Yeah. All right. Oh, right. That was still, and at the same time, they were also taking their first steps into a new future. Right, because completely independent of what Maxim was going on, what was going on with Maxim. Oh, right. The letter for the 3 siblings. The twisted, distorted delusions that once engendered conflict and chaos. Now we're good to go on that. Okay, and there's Ellie and Agnes's dads. Were unraveled and brought to order, spinning a new thread of fate and lighting the path towards the days that lie ahead. So apparently Trails Through the Horizons, because I think it was originally supposed to come out like this month or next month, but it's been delayed to January. And so the 3 days drew to a close and was bookended with Aramis Academy's end of year ceremony. So that sucks, but that's fine. Who's that? They actually attended? How many, like, haven't they missed a whole lot of... Oh, I guess they're not graduating. Ren would be, though. Ren, Nadia, and Swin decided to extend their stay in Calvert a little longer, and they, along with Agnes, began preparing for the school festival. As April arrived, old students moved up a grade while new students filed in, which added a bit of mayhem to the hectic days to come. So doesn't that mean... Wasn't Ren a 3rd year? Oh, check it out! She decided to take them up on the offer. Well, that's nice. Good for her. And from there, yet another week passed. So, all the way into early April. April 12th, 12:09, 7:30 a.m.
It's been 3 weeks now, and we haven't seen any of the telltale signs of the corrosion.
Thank Adios.
Safe to say we're in the clear.
Yep. Kasim and the Kruga haven't noticed anything either.
But have the Genesees returned to their normal color?
Nothing suspicious on the Heiyue front. They're all acting like their normal, shady selves. Though I was kind of surprised Asha remembered the time she made that proclamation to Sao. She even did it all over again.
Well, her resolve was that strong.
Someday, I'll pull off something you'll never see coming. Then you won't even be able to think about brushing me off.
She has way more spunk than I gave her credit for. I guess she isn't just a little kid with a schoolgirl crush anymore.
After succeeding in killing us? Yeah.
Maybe she's finally ready to face her feelings now that she's coming into her own.
Yes, she and everyone else have been sporting such a positive attitude of late, and that truly brings me great joy. Although, I do feel a gnawing sense of remorse as well, seeing as how I brought misery to so many.
She's an incredibly tough customer, yeah.
Hey, don't feel bad. You weren't half as bad as me.
Fairy was crazy with it.
Seriously, this again? Quit playing the self-blame game already.
I, too, caused you all no end of trouble on Nemeth Island.
I think the only people who haven't given us grief is on Yes and Master Bearguard.
But with the powers of the Rewind, and through our own efforts, we overcame that and the many crises that followed. That goes for Swin and Nadia, too. We only got to this point because we were determined to persevere.
And Nadia with the MVP.
Yeah, you said it, cutie.
I didn't do anything worthy of praise, unlike Nadia. So don't.
It's okay. You may have fumbled pretty consistently for a while there, but you brought it back in the end. And that's what matters.
Actually, scratch that. I shouldn't be throwing myself a pity party. Thank you for the compliment.
Glad you realized that on your own. Remember, we wouldn't have been able to take down a Goose if it weren't for you. You took a risk so that you could protect what was important to you. If you ask me, that's sure as hell worthy of praise.
And the fact that nobody died is also a plus. Nobody died this time. Not for real anyways.
Van. Yeah, you're right.
Don't get too comfortable though, Van. They've already got a big brother.
Yeah, don't be a stubborn ox, or you'll end up a grumpy, crotchety old fart like our boss man. And that's a fate worse than death.
I'll show you a fate worse than death, you damn brat. And for the last goddamn time, 25 isn't old!
So Van's birthday has happened already then.
Some things never change.
Yeah.
Back to business as usual.
So his birthday is sometime in the first 4 months of the year. Interesting.
No kidding. Once Agnes gets here? Oh yeah. Are the Genesis still broken?
So they don't do anything at all then. They're completely inert.
Yeah, seems that way.
Well, honestly, that's probably for the best. I thought they would end up being completely destroyed by the time the game was over, but if they're just rendered unusable, then, I mean, realistically, it allows Falcom to reintroduce them later on to do something even more insane, but...
But it's not as though they were broken, per se.
Can't completely take these things off the table. 2 weeks prior.
Throughout all of our examinations, they haven't reacted even once. I don't think they're running in low power mode. There isn't anything wrong with the internal circuitry, but the fact remains that they seem to be completely non-functional.
Oh yeah, that's probably for the best.
I see.
Up until now, the cores have always given off a faint glow. But even those have gone out.
So we don't even get any more forewarnings that something significant is about to happen.
There's a passage in Professor Epstein's memoirs that comes to mind. He wrote, "Recover the Oct Genesis before the year 120X."
And it's 1209, right? So we literally came down to the wire on this one, and it's nice to see the term Octogenesis come back up. I'm really attached to that term.
Else all that we know will come to an end.
Never did say what would happen once we got them all, did he? Damn. Bummer.
If I'm being honest, I'm kind of relieved nothing's happened yet.
So whatever's going down in 1210.
Maybe his prediction was about all the stuff we just went through.
That's plausible, especially when you consider what the Garden Master was trying to do.
He wasn't just setting his sights on Calvard. He put the fate of the entire world on the line.
He warned us that the world might end, and we stopped that. So, that means we're good now, right?
Unfortunately, Fairy, there are still more games in the series.
It may be that the devices were programmed to deactivate once that goal was achieved.
I'm afraid only C. Epstein himself would know the answer to that.
For now, I think the fact that they're reunited at last is cause for celebration.
Definitely. We collected these things twice in a row.
I'm sure Professor Epstein, Lilia, and your mother would have all been beside themselves with joy right now.
I'm assuming Lilia is the grandmother.
Yes, I really hope so.
And judging by the fact that she calls her that, they're definitely personally acquainted.
Well, now that we've gathered all the Genesees, I think my request is finally complete. Thank you for everything, Van.
I was wondering when we were going to address this, because, yeah.
And same to everyone else. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you.
Miss Claudel.
I'm so happy for you, Agnes. You finally got your wish.
And it took 8 months.
It was a long road to get here, but I think we can finally call this case closed.
I know me and S were only here for the tail end, but I, for one, had so much fun helping you, Aggie.
It was. I really like this game gets clearly this game gets a bad rap, but I would maybe this is controversial to say, but for me personally, I enjoyed this a lot more than I enjoyed how Trails in the Sky the Third played personally. But with the remake, I'm sure once they remake it, then. And also Reverie. Reverie is down there too. I enjoyed Reverie. It was just, oh my god, the way the memories worked. Oh, maybe if I hadn't. Oh my god. But yes, as far as things go, this was not nearly as obnoxious as playing through Reverie.
I think everyone deserves a pat on the back.
Too bad you don't have a free excuse to drop by the office anymore. What you gonna do, Agnes? You ready to hang up your hat and give up the part-timer life?
Like, out of everybody here, I really would like to see Agnes strike out on her own and be a Spriggan. Not right now, obviously, but in a future series, on like a different continent, she would show up as a Spriggan in her own right. That would be extremely cool. And then Shizuku could also show up as a Bracer. Hey. And you may too. Hey,
Huh? Well,
Typical Aaron.
Right. Didn't we already have this discussion at the end of the last game?
I suppose that's not really Agnes's decision to make.
I suppose not.
Well...
I mean, no reason to go ahead and sever her now, right?
I guess I do have a certain someone to thank for my office's sudden surge in popularity.
That's true. Agnes hiring herself did get the ball rolling on all that.
Hate to admit it, but I could still use an extra hand or 10 around here. At least until I can bring in some new blood. Besides, you still haven't fulfilled your end of the bargain. Remember our agreement?
Oh!
Unless you decide to give up altogether. I'll pitch in however I can from here on out.
And she hasn't decided to throw in the towel yet.
In exchange, you can share any info you got on the Genesees, or anything those diaries say. How's that sound? There's still a lot that we don't fully understand, including Mare and the Grendel.
That's true. Those things are still giant question marks, especially whatever Ikaruga was protecting over in Longlai.
Don't know if we can really call your case closed until we sort all that out.
Van. I guess you're right. There's still a lot of mysteries left to solve. Which means that for the time being, we're stuck with each other. Part-time job and all.
Excellent.
Yeah. Glad to keep you on the team.
I suppose that takes care of that.
Yeah.
Her smile alone makes her a fierce competitor. Don't worry, though. I'm still rooting for both of you.
I mean, Van's already locked down, Nadia. It's too late. It's been too late for a while now.
That is quite enough of that. Still, I'm glad it all worked out.
Agreed. You need someone to keep him in line, and to stop him from overthinking things.
You got that right.
Aw, but him overthinking everything's part of his charm.
Y'all suck at whispering. You know that? And when the hell do you get in here?
Wait.
Out!
She is so fun.
You're no fun. We're pals, aren't we? I thought going through near-death experiences together would bring us closer. Oh yeah, you said you're hiring assistants, right? I think I might be just the right girl for this.
She's trying to hit the on yes.
Oh, hell no! Application denied!
Man, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with that one.
Well, aside from the Divine Blade's flights of whimsy, everything's finally calmed down now.
She's probably still kicking around in Calvert.
I think we can set off without any regrets.
Oh, right. You were planning to leave soon, weren't you?
Dang. They're definitely not going anywhere before the end of the game.
You would certainly be welcome to stay longer if you so wished.
We haven't even gotten the opportunity to completely open up Swin's orbment.
Trust me, I'd really love to. You did help us get LP back safe and sound after all.
How are they going to put her back in her regular body?
But we really need to go and find our old picnicking front leader.
Oh, right. You had another traveling companion a few years ago, didn't you? Is that who you're referring to?
That guy's history is almost as bad as that goofy-ass team name.
He's not wrong, though.
I've never met the man myself, but I think the CID's been keeping tabs on him.
Yeah, as they should be.
Might be hard to work around Renee, but I don't mind joining in on the search. Just put out a 4 SPG, and I'm on the case. I do kinda owe you big time. And I bet that guy's one hell of a good tipper.
He is. His pockets are deep still, somehow.
Actually, I think we're the ones who owe you. He left us a hint, so I think we should be fine on our own. We ought to get together sometime when we're not all busy.
There's no way we're gonna bounce before the festival, though. We'll stick around the next few days for that.
There we go.
Good. You worked your butts off with the festival prep. Now's the time to reap your rewards.
I helped some too. I can't wait for it to get started.
I did a few things myself as well, so yeah, I guess I am a little excited.
What is this? Can you just have a whole bunch of outside help for these sorts of things?
Couldn't hurt to see how much those kids took my coaching to heart.
Good morning, Van.
There she is.
Oh, there you are.
Morning, Agnes. Oh, wow. Everyone's here already. Well, good morning to you all, too.
Yeah, everyone's excitement for this thing might be a little contagious.
Very curious to see if there's going to be like a ticket system. I'm sure we're going to be able to walk around the joint.
I take it you were able to finish everything in time?
For the most part, yes. There's still a little bit left to do, though. Well, Swin, Nadia, are you ready to go?
Are they gonna? I mean, they are still students at Aramis, aren't they?
Yes, ma'am. The kickoff rally sounds kind of boring, but I guess I'd better try to stick it out.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be getting out of that one. We'll be ready soon. Just give us a second.
Hopefully they don't
I'm
die.
gonna head downstairs and get breakfast ready. If you want to grab a bite while you wait, feel free. Managing an Aramis school festival is all about stamina, and you won't last long on an empty stomach.
And you know what? Van would know.
I guess you'd know better than anybody. Well, sure. I'll take you up on that.
So, fun times at Aramis? Ooh, that looks good. Finale, what comes around goes around. Yeah. Okay, the festival doesn't start until 10 a.m., so I've got some time to kill. The kids should be getting ready to leave soon. Maybe I'll go check in on them.
Agnes is downstairs having breakfast, and the others are probably in their rooms. Maybe I should make the rounds and see how they're all doing.
Have ourselves a nice little walkabout. Okay, so that's the WC. Sure, we'll start with her. We can't interact with this at all anymore, but the Marian guard tent has completely overtaken it, so... Hello, Mr. Arkwright. Are you doing a quick check-in with everyone? Yeah, something like that. You busy right now? No, I was simply gathering my thoughts. I still have to write the report detailing last month's events. It's been almost 3 weeks now. Both Mirabelle and Mr. Al-Fayed have had their eye on the capital lately. But thankfully, the risk management AI has remained silent. Those two still have all their memories, right? Yes, they do. Although Mirabelle's are a tad hazy in comparison. So, like, I guess a disciplined martial prowess allows you to retain multiple timeline memories. Not sure how that works, but they're currently on guard in case of a resurgence from Grendel's Olga. Another giant question mark. However, as I mentioned, the AI threat assessment has not raised any alarms recently. We believe the threat has vanished. Yeah, not to sound too optimistic, but I've got a good feeling we're in the clear. Oh, is that Falcom telling us that that particular plot thread really has been resolved for the time being? But anyway, aren't you taking the day off to enjoy the festival? I kind of figured you'd be looking forward to it. Well, you're certainly not wrong. I was actually rather excited to see the production I assisted Mr. Silesian with. It should be nice to relax after all the hard work we've done. So, she helped out with that. Next up is Fairy. Oh. Alright, that should be enough water. Hey Fairy, you on plant duty today? Oh, Van! Yeah, I finished with all my homework yesterday, so I figured I should spend today tidying up a little. Ah, right. You mentioned school's been a little more difficult than usual lately, yeah? That might be putting it lightly. And after I finally got the hang of things, too. I've really been racking my brain lately. But don't worry, I've been getting lots of help from everyone in the office. Right, she's got some really smart tutors. Whenever I get stuck, all I need to do is ask. I can come to you too, right, Van? Well, as long as it's something a high school dropout would know. You're much more fired up about this than usual, though. Think it was your birthday that kicked you into gear? Okay, so Fairy's birthday is also in the first 4 months of the year as well. Maybe. Guess I hadn't really considered that. But 14... I've got a feeling it's going to be a real turning point for me. Oh, I almost forgot. Mirabelle left us a message earlier. She said she's coming to the festival with Qasim later. Huh, is that so? Sounds like it'll be a good time then. Yeah. I can't wait to see it all. It feels like we've been planning it for forever. I got a bit of a sneak peek while helping with the preparations, but this will be my first ever school festival. I'm sure we'll make plenty of memories. So, I guess Sunday school doesn't operate like this because all the Sunday schoolers we know, they never talk about having this sort of thing, but I guess you can't really do the same thing to a church that you could to a school proper. And I hope you have lots of fun too, Van. Oh, don't worry. I will. And this, Mr. Silesian himself. I'm really looking forward to today's festival. Yeah, I heard you've been helping out with the technical side of things. I know you're crazy about this stuff, but don't you think you're a little more chipper than usual lately? You think so? Well, maybe you're right. See, I ended up skipping more than a few grades to enter the Institute of Science. I've never really had the chance to experience a place with kids my own age before. It's a little exciting, honestly. That makes sense. Think you'd want to go back and do high school for real then? You know, like Swin and Nadia. I think I'll pass. You ain't missing out on much, Kaksha, that is for sure. Kaksha the researcher and Kaksha the Arkwright Solutions assistant. I think those two identities are enough for me. I wouldn't be who I am today without them. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Swin and Nadia are leaving after the festival, aren't they? And after they only just got back, too. I'll be sad to see them go. Once they leave, you'll be the only one your age again. So yeah, so Swin, Nadia, and Kaksha are all 15. And Agnes is 16. Fairy is newly 14. Aaron should be, he's turning 20 this year. Van's already 25. It's not clear. Well, because they started school at around the same time, she should also be about 25 now too. And Renee is a year older than them, so he's 26. I don't remember how old Judith is. I know she's a couple years younger than Van, but I think she's older than Rosette, but not by much, because I think Rosette is 21 and Judith is 22, I believe, something like that. Well, it's not just that. They were from the Gardens too, which means they were also victims of the DG cult. But Nadia and Swin, actually, how do I put this? They seem like they've come to a decision on what's most important to them. And they've been fighting to protect it ever since. Those two are incredible. Well, the way I see it, the same can be said of you, Katra. Your family is what's most important to you, isn't it? And that's not to mention how you overcame everything with Harwood. Van. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm only here today because of Gran, Essie, Young, and everyone else at the office. And from now on, I'll do everything in my power to protect you all. Just make sure you don't go overboard, alright? I'll try not to. Yeah, no more one-winged angel anything. Then we got ourselves Mr. Aaron himself. Hey, what's up? You've been unusually quiet today. Not feeling up to going to the festival? Are you kidding? Of course I'm going! I love festivals almost more than I love eating. Just need to do a little mental preparation beforehand. Mental preparation, huh? Yeah, used to do it all the time before a performance. It's something my mom taught me. Don't usually do it when I'm in the audience, though. By the way, how did directing the choreography go? Well, me and Fairy put a lot of work into it. Some kids had a few problems keeping up, but you can tell how passionate they are. And at the end of the day, passion's what drives the performance, right? So, what you're saying is that it'll be good. They reminded me of when I was first starting out. Ashen was such a little shrimp back then. Even though I was the one on stage, she acted like she was gonna throw up. Guess she's always tried to fill in for my family, huh? But after what happened to Sal, she's acting like she's this responsible adult all of a sudden. What? Starting to feel like you got some growing up to do? Maybe you do have a cute side. Shut up! I'm just glad she's matured, you know? And it's not like I haven't made progress myself. Exactly. You've got lots to be proud of, Aaron. Gross. Don't start getting all sappy on me, alright? Anyway, just you wait. I'll be successful in ways you've never even seen before. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Alright, and of course the little brother wants desperately to surpass the big brother. Oh, check that out. Dominique Lanster, so that's what she used to look like. And that is Madame Adelaide, and that's her mom. The family resemblance is strong. Alright, my hair should be set by now, I think. Now for my makeup. Hey, what are you doing? Can't you at least knock? I have some top secret Grimcat tools in here, you know. Oops, my bad. Actually, that reminds me. I've heard Grimcat's been awfully active in the capital lately. Well, yeah. I mean, I was pretty busy with acting for a while, and then I got caught up in that Genesis stuff. Figured I had to make up for lost time, you know? Can't start letting those villains feel like they got the run of the place. Good luck with that. Oh, right. We finished shooting the movie, by the way. But man, those 3 days were really something, huh? You're telling me. Well, at least I can say I got through it all, both as an actress and a thief. Yeah, glad you're still with us, Judith. Of course. Van's really come around on her being here. Next up, Shizuna. Oh, and Nina said she'd be coming to the festival today. Thank Adios. We need, like, this game can't end before we find out what her freaking deal is. She's been pretty focused on work lately. There should be a good chance for her to relax for once. I hope she gets to watch the show they're putting on. Make sure you're in the audience too, Van. Those kids are putting their heart and soul into that performance. Don't worry, I'll be there with bells on. But man, with 2 famous actresses attending, I'm sure this festival's gonna be one for the history books. Ah well, might as well say hi to Nina if I see her. We definitely will be scoping Nina out, that much is assured. And we've got... I think it's actually just Agnes left. No, it's not. Wait, who is Margaret, Hawker, Robinson? Not even gonna pretend I recognize who they are. Hey Van, let's get going. Hold your horses, Humes. The festival hasn't even started yet. Are you sure you're all right with watching her today? Yeah, it's no biggie. There's a few of us going too, so I doubt we'll have any problems wrangling her. Plus, you have plans for today, right? Seriously, don't worry about us. Thank you, Van. I promise I'll head over as soon as I'm finished. Probably a date with Maxim. Yume, make sure you mind your manners, okay? And don't go wandering off by yourself. Got it! Alright, sounds like you're ready, kiddo. Well, I've had the food here more times than I can count. But I don't often eat so early in the morning. This is all very nice and filling. Hey, skipping meals ain't good for you. You're a growing girl, so take your time and chew slowly. Swin will probably be coming down to join us before long, though I'll bet 10,000 mirror on Nadia being late. You'll probably win that bet. She doesn't strike me as the early to rise type. Well, by the way, Van, the advice you gave us on our festival activities was very helpful. He's been through it all already. I'm glad Ren proposed the idea of you being our advisor. Now I'm beginning to understand how all the stories of the legendary party animal came about. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Earned that little moniker 8 years ago for being a mischief-making student. Speaking of 8 years ago, didn't you help put on an historical parody play called The Story of the Calvardian Revolution? I saw a recording of it recently. I laughed so hard I thought my sides were going to burst. Some of it even hit surprisingly close to home, especially after we just went through. It's a little bittersweet thinking about it now. Did he make a goose look foolish? Yeah. A lot happened to Auguste over the years. He became a man driven by obsessions and delusions. There was a lot we didn't know about him, and honestly, the same probably goes for Sheena and the other revolutionaries. What they were really thinking at the time, and how they set about achieving their goals, is something only they could know. I suppose that's true. In the end, when putting these performances together, all we can do is prepare as best we can and see them through. I think that's what's most important. You, Elaine, and Mr. Kincaid all understood that back then, and the students now do too. Maybe even Dad grasped that back in his day. So he's also an Aramis alumnus. Wait, Dad? Are you saying Roy freaking Gramhart went to Aramis Academy? Oh, you didn't know? Yes, he graduated from there nearly 30 years ago. Wow. Mind you, that's not why I chose to go to Aramis myself. But anyway, I'm surprised. It's not often I know something you don't. So if he graduated from there nearly 30 years ago, then he is in his late 40s. Ugh. And here I was thinking I had him all figured out. That man's well of secrets has no bottom. Anyway, circling back to the advice thing, all I did was offer a couple pointers during the planning phase. I heard my assistants have been chipping in some too, but I don't know all the details. Though I did hear the student council president has had a few aces she's keeping up her sleeve. Looking forward to seeing how it all pans out, and I hope you're looking forward to reading the review I write up about it. That special performance you're part of is going to get some extra scrutiny, by the way. I wonder, wait, an extra performance starring on Yes? Please go easy on us. Although, you may not have to. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the performance's quality. We haven't changed the theme or general concept since we last talked about it with you. Oh yeah? Sounds like I'm going to be in for something special then. And so will my fellow alumni. Elaine and Renee are going to be watching too. I'll be cheering you on while chowing down on some of the cafeteria's limited edition desserts. Why am I not surprised? Oh, that reminds me. So, we'll see if this tops the other school. Well, actually, of the two most memorable school festivals, actually, are those the only two we've ever visited? I think so, yeah. There's definitely a first place and a second place in my mind, but we'll see where this one lands. I'll be doing my rounds in the morning, but I wonder what Van's planning to do during that time. Is he going to spend time with Yume or one of the other assistants? Or maybe Elaine? Hey, why the long face? Oh, it's nothing. Sorry about that. Well, I suppose I better finish my breakfast quickly before Swin and Nadia come down. Hey, what did I just tell you? There's no need to rush through a meal. So, we've got one last group to check out, and it looks like they're on the roof, I think? Oh, no. They're in Bearguard's old room. Huh? Hey, what gives? Why haven't you changed into your uniforms? I'm still mulling it over. Mulling what over? About whether I should wear my Aramis Academy uniform today. Why wouldn't you wear your school uniform to school? Because I could wear a rival school's uniform, and then I'd tell everyone at the end of the festival, Mwahaha! Surprise! We were spies all along, and we're here to take over Aramis. We'd have a tearful, heartrending final duel with Aggie, Ren, and the rest of the student council. And then, after Albert tragically falls in battle, we come to our senses and the fighting stops, restoring peace to the Academy once again. Why does Albert have to die? Why does Albert have to die? I do like her version of the festival a lot, though. Then, me and S fly off into the sunset. The end. Okay. Now I just feel bad for poor Albert, right? Right. Why is he dying again? Nadia's antics aside, the truth is, we were thinking about how this is the last time we're going to be wearing these uniforms. Oh, right. I guess this was the first time you got to experience a proper school life. You know, you could stick around till graduation if you wanted. I doubt the school would mind. Could stay enrolled and then come back after you get everything with Lapis taken care of. If you want to keep this on the down low, I don't mind coming along to help search for your old leader. Van. Oh, I see how it is. Not ready to see your little chicks leave the nest, Mr. Mama Hen? Nah, I got more than enough troublemaking kids running around to keep me company. Well, we appreciate your offer, but we really can't stay in Edith any longer. It's not that we don't like it here, but how do I put this? Let's just say we aren't the type to settle down in one place for a long time. Right, and if they don't leave, then they can't show up randomly somewhere else. School was pretty fun and all, but staying all the way through graduation? Ugh, hard pass. Normally, this would be the part where I'd scold you for dropping out, but I, don't have much room to talk. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you and Elaine attended Aramis. Ooh, you ought to wear your old Aramis uniform to the festival. I'd kill to see that. Van squeezed into something he wore almost a decade ago. Yeah. I know. I'll call Elaine over and you can both change into him. Yeah, not happening. Ain't no way I'm putting on a high school uniform. And it'll be a cold day in Gehenna before Elaine agrees to that. She'd be way too embarrassed. Oh, but she's no stranger to embarrassing things. What with that cringy Beauty's Blade title? Please don't ever say that when she's in earshot, or you may not be long for this world. Just ask Aaron. Well, we're gonna be busy with the festival today anyway, so you're off the hook. For now. You mean I'm off the hook for good? Little did Van realize, the fated moment when he donned his old uniform would one day come to pass. Hey, cut it out with the narration. Anyway, these next 3 days will be the last ones of our high school life. Preparing for this festival was a total snooze cruise at first, but we ended up having a ton of fun. We'll be doing more work for the council today, even though we're not exactly official members, as is tradition. Roping people into doing grunt work's always been one of the student council's specialties. Yes, some things never change. Don't we know it? If I'm being entirely honest, I didn't think I'd get as much out of school as I did. The moment the garden master appeared, I braced myself for the worst. I felt like no matter how things shook out, our peaceful days would come crashing to an end. Sorry to hear that, guys. Don't be sorry, because everything worked out in the end and we were able to enjoy our time in Aramis. To us, that's like a dream come true. And we have you and everyone else to thank for that, Van. It feels a little weird to keep saying it, but thank you, from the bottom of my heart. We already thanked Aggie and the rest, so now we can leave Edith behind with no regrets. Gotcha. We're gonna miss you, but yeah. Actually, I think I'll save the goodbyes for after the festival. Sounds good. Well, you still have 3 more days together, so let's make the most of them. Don't be too sad, Van. We'll totally come back to visit you. Or maybe we won't. Indecisive much? Maybe I'll sneak in when you least suspect it to free your fridge of its limited edition goodies. Stay away from my stash, you damn sweets thief! The more things change, the more they stay the same. You probably can get Van and Elaine's school costumes. Alright, I've got a little time left. Maybe I should give the truck a once-over. Oh yeah, I'd better attach the child seat too if Yume's coming with me. To advance the main story, select Head to Festival from the travel menu. So, is there anything else worth checking out? Everybody's still hanging out?
Whoops.
No reason to head out first thing in the morning. Okay, so we can quite literally go nowhere else. Monmar Bistro. The cats are having a little powwow up here. Interesting. But yeah. It does indeed look like there is nothing else for us to be able to do up here. So one of these. And then let's head to that festival. Having finished getting ready, Agnes, Swin, and Nadia set out early while Van was inspecting his truck. They need to be there, or be square, about an hour later. Van picked up Yume and the group headed for Aramis Academy. What? You see something he didn't like? Wow. April 12th, 9:54 a.m. And so, Marielle's in the crowd.
Wow! Look at that huge decoration! It's so cool!
You said it! I got to see it before before they put on the finishing touches, but I never thought it'd look this amazing.
Okay, I'm like, what is rock? What is ROQ? But that's 1209.
Those kids did all that themselves? Gotta hand it to them. That's pretty impressive.
Actually, I think that girl from Messeldom helped with the overall design. Yeah, she would have been perfect for this. Kisara, I think her name was? I heard she's enrolling here now. She even got a scholarship due to her skill in graffiti art. That doesn't surprise me. Aramis Academy was established by a famous artist, and it has a legacy of both traditional and innovative forms of art. They assess more than academic ability when admitting students here. That's how it's been for a long time. Of course, they still require high test scores. Still, I did not expect it to be so crowded. As Van said, we've got some famous people on deck today. Guess they weren't content playing second fiddle to our class. Heck, I think they might even have us beat. I suppose Ren and Agnes's hard work has paid off then.
It's really too bad I never got to see what your school festival was like.
And of course, here she comes. Oh wow, Shizen is here. Jeez, how many times does this make now? It doesn't even faze me anymore. Well, you did help out, so I figured you'd show up at some point. Uh-huh, my vacation's just about up. So I figured I'd end it on a high note by hanging with you guys. Are you shitting me? So she's in a similar position. Well, the more the merrier, I guess. I suppose we can think of this as one last party to celebrate the end of everything that happened last month. Well, in that case, I suppose we can put off our meeting until tomorrow, Miss Mitsurugi. She's meeting with the CID? Sounds good. I think I'll have Kurogane sit in with me for good measure. Yeah, sure. Broadcast of the world you're having secret talks. Then don't elaborate. Screw you. Oh, we'll have to save the chit-chat for later. I think they're about to start. So?
Thank you for waiting, everyone. I'd like to say a few words before we begin. My name is Ren Bright. I am Aramis Academy's current student council president, the 98th to be exact.
Christ.
In keeping with the ethos of Aramis Gainsborough, our school's founder, this festival has become a springtime staple here in Edith. Traditionally, the students have always had to plan and build the attractions on their own. But this year's event brings with it a few changes.
Outside help.
For one, I am the first exchange student to be elected student council president at Aramis Academy.
So?
This year's theme is a new season together. I hope all our guests, as well as our new freshmen, will enjoy everything we have to offer. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to declare the 98th Aramis Academy Festival open!
Neat. So every single student council president before her has been Calvardian. Which, I mean, tracks. So, how does this operate? And there's the new foodstuffs that we can get. The Quiz King of Aramis. That's got our names written all over it. I love trivia. So, oh, she's in her casual stuff, which I guess makes a lot more. Wait, wasn't she in her other stuff outside though? Man, talk about a big family reunion. All right, I think I'll wander around and try a few of the activities I helped advise. Oh yeah, and a lot of my acquaintances are here. Maybe I'll stop and chat with them if we bump into each other. I'm getting a little whiff of something, but it's probably not a big deal. Just in case, though, I might take a peek around the Albert District in Old Town when I get a second. I should try and meet up with the gang later, too.
You finally arrived at the truth.
That's what the Grendel Zolga told us, right? Yeesh. Someone ought to pump the brakes on the mysterious subtext already. Huh? Now there's a funny coincidence. You know what? We still haven't figured out who C was.
Hey, Arkwright. Been a while.
What's... Oh, I guess Jen has more important things to do than attend this, but... Hasn't been long enough, if you ask me. But I guess it has been around a month since we last swapped info. Yeah, sorry again for everything I put you guys through. I know all that stuff didn't actually happen, but I still feel pretty bad about it. Man, you worry too much. You're just as bad as my crew. Yeah, about that. I heard from Elaine that you guys were at the Aramis School Festival. You mind doing me a solid? I need you to help her out with something. Oh yeah? With what? So, you remember when we fought the True Grievance Brigade? It was during those 3 days we were working together. All of that? Of course I remember. I can count the number of joint ops between you guys, the CID, and my team on one hand. They're all doing time now, but before they were thrown in the slammer, they targeted Aramis Academy. That is true. Elaine's worried that some other anti-immigration faction might try and pull a similar stunt. That's why she volunteered to patrol the school grounds, and she'll be on high alert for any trouble. If she's with you, I think she'll be able to loosen up a little. Always helps to have an extra pair of eyes, you feel me? Oh, so you want me to accompany her, huh? Got it. I'll see what I can do. According to Kilika, they've got a full security detail around the academy. That said, the chance of a terrorist attack is pretty much zero, so you two might as well treat it like a date. There it is. Hey, quit butting into my love life. Later. Why is he like that? Can't that guy just mind his own damn business? Well, somebody's got to spur you two on. Oh, for the love of... Since when did today become everyone call and bother Van Day? Oh.
Hello there, Mr. Advisor. Are you getting ready to make your rounds?
Oh, hey, Ren. Yeah, I just split up from the rest of my group. I was planning to meet back up with them after I finished looking around the place. What's up? Need something? I do, actually. If you wouldn't mind, could you take Agnes with you? What? But we want to hang out with Elaine! She's taken it upon herself to play problem solver for the rest of the student body instead of enjoying the festival. Oh. Yep, sounds like Agnes. The festival preparations have kept her more than a little preoccupied. She's scarcely had a chance to breathe. But that hasn't stopped her from taking on extra work. She's been taking time to field questions from all the new freshmen. Not to mention, she's had her part-time work on top of all that. I want her to have a little break. So basically, we have to choose whether to spend time with Elaine or Agnes. Might be for the best. That juggling act she's doing is a little out of control. She's only working as hard as she is because the school and Arkwright Solutions mean a great deal to her. Her boss really ought to reward her for being such an exemplary assistant, don't you think? I get the picture. I'll check up on her. Not sure if me escorting her around is such a good idea, though. I mean, we'd get all sorts of weird looks. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. As long as you pull the I'm a student council alumnus card, I doubt people would bat an eye. If it would make you more comfortable, I can lend you an armband. Although that might make you two look even more like a couple. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I'll be over by the auditorium, so if anything comes up, you know where to find me. Bye for now. Ugh. Can't believe I'm being bullied by a man bear and an ex-kitty. So, what should I do? I can spare the time for one of them. Now that I think about it, a grown-ass man wandering around a school festival by himself might raise a few eyebrows. Please select a partner for the school festival. They can be swapped out later. Okay, so we can do the events with both of them then. I mean, was there ever any doubt?
Why did Jin... He really shouldn't have called you behind my back.
but it's a good thing he did.
I am fully aware that the likelihood of another terrorist attack is low. That's why I'm fine with doing this by myself. You don't need to.
But I want to. I was planning to wander around the school grounds anyway.
Exactly.
Since you're doing the same thing, I figured I'd keep you company. What do you say, former student council vice president?
The good times.
It's hard to believe 8 years have gone by since then. We were both so busy, we never did get to take it all in together. As I recall, a certain someone once promised me that they would, and I quote, "make time to relax and wander around campus with you later."
Hey, we're finally making good on that promise. Only took about a decade.
I think now may be the perfect time for that person to make good on that promise.
Damn, she got me good.
I'm only teasing. Well, shall we take a look around then?
We shall.
I think we'll enjoy seeing what the new students of our alma mater have come up with. Oh, and if you plan on tackling 4 SPGs in Aubert and Old Town, I'd be happy to accompany you.
Aubert. That's the first time you've heard someone actually say it out loud. But okay, Aubert District.
Good to know. Now let's get on out there and have some fun.
Obtain Agnes, Swin, Nadia, and Ren's student council bands. You must check out 4 festival activities with either Agnes or Elaine. After that, the Aubert District, Old Town, and the movie theaters will become accessible. Activity points are used to attend festival activities with other party members. 4 SPGs and connection events are also available. You can end free time from the travel menu once 2 or more semi-required 4 SPGs have been completed. Characters can be swapped out at any time via the L2 shortcut menu. Aramis Academy Festival. At the festival, you can invite your friends to enjoy 4 different types of events. Activities that can be played will be marked with a yellow exclamation point. You can play as long as you have points available.
I never thought the day would come when you'd finally make good on your promise.
Hey, it's not like I'm trying to make it up to you or anything. But you know, I just figured I'd escort the former student council vice president around.
Well, that's very kind of you, former general affairs manager and resident jack of all trades.
So this is not... The actual events themselves are elsewhere. 7 connection events is kind of crazy. Achievements. Rosette Zypha unlocked. Law Alignment Max Chaos. Yeah, those will have to... I really should replay these. Like, I do plan on replaying them because I find this franchise extremely fun. I mean, obviously I do, but I should replay these to 100% max them.
Welcome to our Easter tea
Ooh,
house.
Summer Breeze Dongo, Floral Hojisha, Lapis Lazuli Hair Clip, Flower Faceted Glass. Everything is ours. Sylvie. She's from Thunders. The shop at the... Oh, check that out. Him and his family. The one at the mall. Aramis 09 Festival Platter.
Hope to see you again.
Very well.
Right.
And what's going on out here?
Welcome to the mini market.
And she was one of... Yeah, Arya, she was one of the kidnappees.
mini market.
That was genuinely insane. Whoa! It'll murder our evasion. Not worth it. Yeah. I think the shiny heals are fine, actually. 24% on the evasion. Wait, don't I have hold on. Equip. We got something insanely good, didn't we? Spriggan Vest, yeah. Made specially for Spriggans. What is
in a classroom in the left wing
timeline? We could check that this whole time? I guess it's not like it mattered, but where's our thing at? Oh, here's how we access it. Nope, not that one.
What it takes to out
Connect 4SPG main. Here we go. AAA. But where's isn't there something that shows us the because I'm trying to recall. God dang it. What the rewards were, but oh well.
Very well.
I'm sure I'm not putting them to full use. That's Gabriella. Oh, she's from I guess she's got a little brother. She's the proprietress of one of the stores in the Blacklight district.
Take all the time you need.
Sky blue athletic shoes and a Festival 09 item drop rate plus 90%.
Be seeing you.
Oh, I'm actually going to buy.
Take all the time.
I'm actually going to buy 3 more of these. Yeah, it's expensive, but
be seeing you.
On a new game plus, that sort of thing would be invaluable. Though,
Thank you for coming to the
I think that is everything we have. So let's go ahead and start handing this stuff out.
Academy Festival.
Once I
Lantern launch.
there we go. Okay, I'm like gem cards. We got what the heck? All right, well,
I'll treasure it.
Azure
Thank you very
Parfum,
much.
excellent leather choker.
You sure?
Oh,
Okay.
so a nice little
I'll
bonus.
take good care of it. Oh, well, aren't you considerate?
So are you supposed to skip
sure?
those?
Okay.
What are
Thanks, I
these
appreciate
gem
it.
cards are so weird to me.
Thanks a bunch.
Okay. But we've got a bunch of events. Renee's got one. The Sorrow of a Capable Man. And I think we can... Whoa, actually, we've got a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 5 people who have to miss out.
Very well.
This festival is an annual tradition.
So we'll
that
start...
preserves the
I think we'll do a
principles that
1...
Aramis,
We'll do a 1, 1,
founder of
1,
our
1 sort of
academy,
configuration.
firmly believed in.
And I'll start with
Our entire
7
community
hearts.
put their all into
Let's
it.
do it. Is it just me, or are things heating up in here? We seem to have walked in on a few rousing games of 7 hearts. If I recall correctly, your advice was what led them to put this together. Yeah, at first they were going to have everyone play Vantage Masters, that game the Empire's been all over lately, which is so much better, and not just because I understand Vantage Masters and don't get 7 hearts. The problem is, it's a trading card game, so if you don't have your own deck, you're flat out of luck. Plus, it isn't popular enough in the Republic to stir up much hype. So instead, I told them to pick something people can take part in without needing to bring a whole stack of cards along. And 7 hearts fits that bill perfectly. Yeah, probably wasn't the only option, but it's the one they went for. There's also Blade, I guess. It does have accessibility in its favor, what with its simpler rule set and dedicated decks. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's more what I'm used to, but Vantage Masters, it was extremely easy for me to pick up on that game. The table they set up for teaching newcomers helps that along too, I'm sure. Well, they've got opponents ready and waiting for us. Could be fun to see what they're made of. Alright. Probably have a fat L incoming, but you know what? Oh. Nina. It's like everyone and their grandma is talking about that 7 Hearts thing. What's it all about? 7 Hearts is a 4-player competitive game in which players utilize playing cards based on various arts. It is, as they say, all the rage with the younger crowd at present. Players praise it for providing casual yet enjoyably tense games. Curious, Judith? Then why don't you join in? We were just about to start another round. I recommend playing a match or two. I believe you'll find it highly enjoyable. Sign me up! You're all going down! Actually, have I ever won a card game before? I don't think I have. Somehow, that comes as little surprise. Yeah, not to say you always wear your emotions on your sleeve, but you don't exactly have much of a poker face. Makes one wonder how you got to be an actress in the first place. Oh, shut up! I'll have you know I'm perfectly capable of hiding my emotions when I want to. A very Judith reaction. So, let's see what we got. They're 2-on-2s. Let's play some 7 hearts. And we will invite, I mean, obviously, she's with us, so. Don't sell us out now, Elaine. The rules are 2 versus 2. Alright. And we're playing against some complete randos.
Alright, let the games begin.
Negates damage to self. Let's throw out a hydro cannon. Doubles field damage, yeah. You can't double it again. Negates damage to self.
Get a load of this.
Okay. Can we just play this outright? Come on, Elaine.
Taste my fury.
Okay, well, we didn't lose, so that's good. That's all he had? Oh. Nice. But they are still ahead. To exchange hands with the player of your choice. So they are... Dang! Forte. Okay, that should be us winning, right?
And that's how it's done.
Yes, sir! We lost. Hate to see it, but you got us good. Here's your prize. Magic Droplet. For the advanced table. Okay. Neat. So the advanced table means... Okay, we can come back here and challenge them with someone of our skill level.
Very well.
I'm not gonna lie, we were kind of just winging it. But...
What's next?
What's next? We're going to start with... I'm actually very curious about Renee's. See what he's got going on. He's leaving? Trying to bail, eh, Renee? Can't get out of here that easy. Well, isn't this a familiar scene? Reminds me of our days in school. Except with the position swapped, I'm sure. Though, as I recall it, you would always land in trouble with Mr. Powell for cutting classes. And you always played things by the book. On the surface, anyway. Long as your student council work was neat as a pin, you could slack off with no one the wiser. Naturally, moderation and discretion are key when it comes to flouting the rules. So, Van and Renee are more birds of a feather than you'd initially think. Well, I'm waiting for an explanation on why Mr. Ex-Student Council Prez is skipping out on his alma mater school festival. Play your cards wrong, and I just might tag along. ever the busybody, aren't we? Still, perhaps this is for the better. Come with me. I'll give you a ride. Where are they headed? Whoa! A top-of-the-line Etoile sports car? When the hell did you snag this beaut? This is on the more modest end, really. Now, go on. Take a seat. I'm gonna see how comfy this thing is no matter how much it kills me inside. So they both have an appreciation for smooth rides. Well, what's the verdict? So this is the place. Oh. Guess I should have seen it coming. What, is some artist you like putting on a show? Oh, I'm not in the audience today. My musical peers and I had promised to meet here. Whoa, Renee's a musician? We'd booked a short window of time for an impromptu session, you see. That's so? Yes, but as luck would have it, all of them are now otherwise engaged. This happens from time to time, so I intended to drop by and cancel our reservation. But that was before I had you accompanying me. Do you still remember how to play the guitar? Last time I did was back at Aramis, and even then I only plucked around a bit while helping out with club stuff. No way I'll be anywhere near as good as the rest of your circle. Oh, I don't expect you to be. Come along. If you insist. Well, alright then. Getting a bit of a jam session, Van borrowed an instrument from the concert hall. He and Kincaid then decided to jam out to an empty audience for a bit. Dang, that's plucking? And I guess Renee plays bass. Damn, we got a pro here! You never let yourself get rusty, huh, Renee? And you're keeping up well for being so out of practice. Maybe we could even include you in one of our concerts. Hold up, you've actually played for a crowd before? Don't get distracted, we're moving straight into the next song. Got it. They're shredding. So, you met some other musicians on the Orbal Net. Yes, we started out by meeting up offline to share in our mutual love of music. Our group gets along famously, despite coming from different walks of life and spanning a wide range of ages. Each of us does what we can to carve out a little space in our busy lives to gather, chat, and play whatever comes to mind. It makes for a nice, occasional reprieve. And definitely, for someone in his line of work, he could definitely use a few reprieves. So you get to just do your thing, no strings attached. That sounds right up my alley. Can't say I ever pictured you getting yourself into a friend group like that, though. Right, he does not seem like the type. I guess even after all these years, there's still a lot I don't know about you. Is it really so strange? I like to think that I make a strong effort to maintain my social life. Besides, one should never judge a book by its cover. You, Elaine, and myself all have sides to ourselves that we keep from one another. That was as true then as it is now. Well, yeah, I ain't trying to say otherwise. But even apart from that, for whatever reason, I've always had a hard time imagining what you're like outside of work. It's as if you've always got this wall around you, Renee. That's the best way I can put it. The girl I'd been seeing told me the same thing recently. Oh, what's all this then? Just another occupational hazard, I suppose. Yeah, let's get a little nosy. You haven't gotten on my case for not calling you Kincaid even once today. That's true! That ain't the only way you haven't been yourself, either. Take your reservation for this place. Normally, you just cancel it and go about your business. What, did something happen between you and your lady? Wait, seriously? I was half joking there. I never had much opportunity to see her this year. This year? Renee! Tight schedules are a given, considering my role as presidential aide, but that isn't much of an excuse. honestly, I think that is a very good reason. But still, this year might be actually wild. She said she could never tell what was going through my head. That's rough. Let me guess. She was supposed to come to your jam session today. Oh, that had to hurt. Yes, I had planned to introduce her to my fellow musicians. In a sense, the fact that they have other commitments is a blessing in disguise. Right. Can you imagine him being like, yeah, my girl is going to be here today. And then that not happening? Yeah. Ooh, that would, that's the kind of L you never live down. Our split was mutual, if that's any consolation. Many relationships just aren't meant to last. That said, I almost wish she had slapped me, even once. Why so silent all of a sudden? Did my point about ill-fated relationships hit a little too close to home? Jackass. Don't try to play it off by dissing me. Anyway, break's over. Let's bring this house down. How about we do something that goes extra hard next? Like the punk rock stuff we used to try back in high school. You mean the song we were considering for the festival? Doesn't exactly feel appropriate at our current age. Since when? A few birthdays ain't gonna change who you are inside. That is true. It's actually surprising how much, it's actually very surprising to me how much of the same person I am now that I was back in high school. Like, of course you get the adult responsibilities and stuff, but it's like, you don't become a completely different person just because it's been 10 years. Or you scared my guitar's gonna upstage your bass. My brush strumming technique was pretty sick. I never called it a bad idea. Count me in. And so the two of them resumed their jam session. There we go. The music, however, was much more intense than what they had played before the break. Despite the occasional bungled phrase, they continued playing to their heart's content. Well, that's very nice. It's so good seeing them hang out. Whew. Might have gone a bit overboard there. My fingers are starting to feel like shredded meat. So quick to complain. You can learn a thing or two from my group mates. We have a member with more zeal and advanced age than most youths, another in a managerial position at a major corporation, and so forth. I wonder if you'd been diligent in talking to literally everybody, I wouldn't put it past Falcom for you to be able to guess who his other musicians are. Pretty impressive. Almost makes it sound like you're networking on the side. I haven't a clue what you mean. Nevertheless, my spirits do feel lighter now. Glad to hear it. You ever want to jam again? Just say the word, and I'll be there. I know venting ain't really your thing, but I don't mind lending an ear when you need it. It doesn't matter if you're the oldest in our group. Don't forget that you've got people in your corner. Me and Elaine included. Okay, and so at 26, Renee is the oldest of the party members, which makes sense. Besides, knowing you, it won't be long before you meet a new catch. But hey, if you need help fishing around, I'm only a 4 SPG away. Something funny about that? No, I was laughing at my own immaturity. Especially if my dishonorary little brother is trying to console me. I never thought I'd see the day. You truly have grown, Van. There you go, treat me like a little kid again. But hey, if you do meet someone new, maybe introduce her to us this time. Alright, Renee? That's Kincaid to you. And how are you and Elaine faring? Unless you've been making progress with a certain young lady in your employ. The hell I have? Why you always gotta turn things around on me? I really like how Van didn't push back on me and call Renee's younger brother, and so the pair left the concert hall. They then rode back in Kincaid's car to reunite with their companions, bickering all the way as old friends often do.
Now you're the one comforting me. So, the script has been flipped. I suppose that's proof of how much you've grown. Anyhow, we should do this again sometime. We can even drag Elaine along.
Oh, that's what I was hoping for the three of them to engage in this next time. Van's other brother and sister. Well, maybe Elaine not so much a sister. Let's see. So next up, I really hope this trivia game is real. That was like, it happened really early on, but that was, ooh, something purchasable. That was really one of the parts I enjoyed quite a bit about Trails to Azure.
A maid cafe and an Eastern tea house. Wow, they thought of everything.
So which do you prefer? The maid outfits or the Eastern dresses?
Neither? Hey, that's not why I brought it up. I swear.
What you like?
Cafe grinder.
Please stop by again sometime.
And I should eat all this stuff as well.
Planner launched.
Oh, a little treat for himself?
Gotta treat myself every now and then.
So with that, that's all that's in here for us. Oh, okay, I thought that was a portrait of somebody. What's up behind her? Oh, hearts. All right, then.
Very well.
So what do we got here? Grid hackers? I do enjoy it. Like, well, I do think it's a very interesting mini game, but the Quiz King. Yes, sir. This must be that Quiz King of Aramis competition. Gotta say, their setup's pretty legit. They certainly spared no effort transforming this room. You can hardly tell it was once a faculty lounge. And definitely that was a major, Campanella's doors, those were a major highlight of the third for me. I really, really enjoyed that. What happened to all the desks and stuff that used to be in here? I wouldn't know. Perhaps they were moved to the principal's office? Incidentally, I heard you offered some guidance during the planning phase of this event. Is that true? That wasn't as big a deal as you think. The questions they originally picked were skewed in a way that made them almost impossible. And I actually, because I do like putting together quizzes myself, but I had to learn that the goal of it is not to defeat the quiz takers, but to engage them. So I suggested they widen their appeal by throwing in some freebies the attendees can feel confident about. Renee actually gave them some coaching on how to tell different types of contestants apart and gear things accordingly. Not the most conventional use of his skills as a CID analyst. Hey, gotta use what the goddess gave you. The guy takes his role as a former grad seriously. It seems Toa is their mistress of ceremonies. I hope you get some enjoyment out of it. Well, no use standing around. Let's go see what they got in store. Yes. In pairs. Okay, so yes, let's enter the quiz tourney. And because we've already teamed up with Elaine, this time we'll go for Yume. Why not? So, you have to host this whole shebang, huh? Kind of a short straw to draw. It can be rough at times. I hope picking Yume doesn't give us baby easy questions. Still, festivals like these hold a special place in my heart. Besides, I can't slack off when the entire student body is so hard at work. Now, without further ado, let the Quiz King of Aramis tournament begin. I'm Toa Herschel, and I'll be your mistress of ceremonies. Bow down to your future Quiz King. Loving the confidence, Yumes. The quiz will consist of 10 questions total, but be careful. If you miss 3, you're out. Alright. So.
Alright, let's start the quiz. Question.
Alright. Question number 1. What is the name of the half-Eastern general supporter Sheena Dierk? I don't know. Atkinson?
Nice.
Oh, okay. Woo! What is the name of the heroine in Golden Blood? Oh, Emily, I think it was? Zoe.
Huh? Question.
The Zypha standard is which generation of Orbment? 6th.
Shoot.
Crap.
Fumbled that one.
Question.
Which film won the Tharbad Film Festival? Oh, Wolves Requiem.
I got one. Question.
Uh-oh. What year did the Calvardian Revolution take place? If it was 98 years ago? 1100.
Shoot. Fumbled that one.
Ooh, you missed 3. Sorry. You'll get it next time.
God dang it. Okay. We're not going out sad like that. Let's hold on. All right, Yume. We're going right back into this. So, this time we got it.
All right. Question.
This one is... What is the Calvard Republican's national emblem? The 3-leaf clover, yeah.
Nice. Got it right.
Question.
And this one... Name of the heroine. Okay, yeah. So this is exactly like how it worked with Campanella.
Question.
And like I said, I very much enjoyed that. Which film won?
Nice. Got it right.
Question.
Uh-oh. Which magazine is not published in the Calvard Republic? Okay, I'm like... I've never heard of the Royal Guardian, or I'm sure they've mentioned it, but that was a guess. What is the name of the hotel in Edith Sadin district? Okay.
Nice. Got it.
Because it's like, I've heard of the Maserati. The Zypha. Yeah.
I got one. Question.
Which landscape is not in the Calvard Republic? Osgiliath Basin. Yes, definite. That's definitely nowhere near here.
Nice.
Spent a lot of time there. What is the last name of the illustrious Z1 champion Maxim? Mr. Lugan.
I got one. Question.
Uh-oh. What is the name of the legendary dessert that does not stick to a plate, chopsticks, or the inside of one's mouth? What? Sanbujan.
Nice. Got it right.
Never heard of that. Uh-oh. What is View District Quartier's number? 8th? Okay.
I got one. You did it. Great job.
Right! The power of random guesses. 25% chance. Take us to the W.
Easy as pie.
We're so smart, aren't we, Van?
Amazing! You aced every question! I hereby dub you the Quiz Kings of Aramis. You've more than earned it. Please accept this in commemoration of your new reign. Fortitude Panacea. Wow, this is some quality stuff. We won't let it go to waste. That's all we have to give for getting every question right. But there are still some other prizes available, so feel free to drop by for another round. Roger that. We'll keep it in mind. Yes!
Very well.
Okay.
And so with that, Percy, who I think is the guy who set us up with that AR thing, is that him and Nate's girlfriend? I can't tell if that's the same woman or not. Well, hopefully it is. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you for coming to the first day of the Aramis Academy.
And then we want...
What's next?
Yes. So who am I next most interested in? Obviously, yes. Where is this? Okay, the meeting place is just past here. Got no clue what to expect from this. Does she want to spar? Hopefully not. She'd be a lot to take on 1v1. Hey, what's up, Van? Wow, you actually showed. Why do you sound so surprised? I ain't the type to accept an invite and then be a no-show. So, you seemed a little spaced out there for a minute. Something on your mind? Oh, not really. I was just watching you do your thing. Seeing your form with that sword against all those white petals is pretty mesmerizing, I'll admit. Whoa, it's not often I get a compliment from you of all people. I just call them like I see them. Anyway, those are called Lino flowers, right? I hear they bloom in the Empire too. Yeah, I've heard of Lino flowers before, and I think they were pretty significant. Something to do with something, but we've definitely encountered Lino flowers before. Yep, they're indigenous to the East, but they were taken abroad back in the Middle Ages. Oh, so like Sakura. I heard there was some growing around here, so I decided to stop by. Seeing them in full bloom is a sight you don't want to miss. You ain't wrong there. This sure is a sight for sore eyes. Definitely isn't a bad place to kick back and pop open some cold ones. That's actually what's often done at flower viewing parties in the East. It's easy to get swept up in the atmosphere with all this nature around. Oh, is this Shizuna's theme that's playing? So, wanna fight? And of course, there it is. No! What? Boo. So, wanna fight to the death? I guess yeah, maybe more stakes will entice Van. Let me think. No! Damn it, I freaking knew this was the reason you called me out here. She's so transparent. Why do you want to fight me so bad anyway? What makes you think I'd be a match against the Divine Blade? Oh, I don't think that at all. You'd be lucky to last 5 seconds against me as you are now. Jeez! So she basically just asked Van if she could kill him? But as that dark blue Grendel? Now that's another story entirely. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Our fight against the Crimson Grendel must have lit a fire in you. Am I wrong? Nope, you hit the nail on the head. From the moment I laid eyes on it, I was itching to pull out my sword and go to town. And just when I thought my chance had arrived, boom, gone in a flash. Whoa. I can't contain myself any longer. Guess that means running for the hills is off the table. Not like I could let you go back to Aramis in that state anyway. What was that flash on her sword? I'm glad you're so quick to understand. Now let's hurry up and get Sorry, but that ain't an option either. I can't go Grendel when my hollow mare isn't around. And she's been sleeping like a baby ever since the Genesis stopped functioning. Oh, well, that sucks. What am I supposed to do now? I'm completely overstimulated and I don't have an opponent who can bear the brunt of my attacks. Don't hit the panic button just yet. I have an idea. Just need a quick change of venue. Oh, the Marian Garten! Well, she can go wild to her heart's content here. The Marian Garten? Ah, a battlefield with the Lino flowers and a full moon. I couldn't ask for a more perfect backdrop for a duel. The program must have used the area we were in, along with your fighting spirit, as data. Anyhow, I think this should work. Oh! So he's able to do it in the virtual space. Keep in mind, I think this is just a digital recreation. I've been through the transformation enough times now that I can tell the difference. We only just freed this place from the Garden Master, so this is kind of like exploiting a bug while things are still destabilized. I don't care about any of that! All that matters now is that I can have my fun! Fair warning, I can also get pretty damn fired up when I'm in this form. I won't be able to pump the brakes now that the engine's going. You've poked the bear, so get ready for a beatdown. Oh, I'm more than ready for that. Bring it on! Ugh! Jeez, she's giving us the business. Taking the initiative was definitely the right call, but I think you were just a little too hasty. You need to give yourself enough room to predict how your opponent might counterattack. Shit, even with all the overpowered freaks I've fought with the Grendel up till now, she has them all beat. The power of the Divine Blades is freaking unreal. Crap. Ugh. And now you're letting your mind wander too much. A moment is all I need to break through your defenses. Erase all thoughts of this fleeting mortal coil and focus only on the battle before you. Concentrate on me. Concentrate on yourself. Because in this world, none exists except us. Jeez. I can't keep up with her. It's taking all I have just to fend her off. What's the matter, Van? I've seen you fight opponents with more tenacity than this. That's more like it. He's really pushing him to the edge. His speed and power are extraordinary. Looks like he's finally unleashing his inner beast. A beast worthy of the name Devourer of Nightmares. However, it's going to take more than a mere beast to satiate me. They're dropping the S-crafts, and she got him. Can't keep up with her when I'm relying on my wits, and I play right into her hands when I act on instinct. Is there really nothing I can do? Wait, I got it! I am both the nightmare and the beast that devours it. What's this? I think some part of me was still trying to hold back. But now, I'm ready to come at you with everything I have! Whoa! So, there it is. That's what I was after. The ultimate form hidden inside you. I suppose I had better respond in kind then. Spirit unification! Huh? Wow, that looks even more powerful than we saw in Longline. You've been toying with me this whole time. Well, whatever. I won't let that stop me. Ugh. What say we fight to the bitter end, Grendel? You're on, Divine Blade of Silver. So, this has very much gotten out of hand, but you know what? System error. System error. Data overload from unknown source has been detected. System processing capacity exceeded. Initiating reboot to restore operating protocols. All users will now be disconnected. What? No, not now! The Marian Garten eagerly awaits your next visit. There's only so much raw power you can pump out. But geez, talk about blue balls. Back to reality. We were so close. Just when I'd finally found new heights to reach. Well, want to go again? Jeez, there's just no off button to this chick. If Elaine, man, if Elaine wasn't around, she's in a van, there wouldn't be any competition. But Elaine exists, so. Nope. Figured. I'm not really in the mood anyway. Shame we couldn't finish our duel, but I guess I'm satisfied for now. I can't remember the last time I got to use Akigarasu to its full potential, which I assume is the name of her sword. Huh? What's that? Is that the name of your sword or something? Uh-huh. It goes by other names too, but I'm really not supposed to go into that. This sheath is made from the weapons of many hardened fighters. I bet I could have spruced it up nicely had I gotten my hands on the Grendel's armor. Yeah, there's one particular former protagonist in, specifically who's now become a part of her sword, whose weapon has now become a part of her sword. Its sheath, anyways. Probably would have been hard, given that it's made of shards. But heck, knowing you, I'm sure you'd figure out a way to do it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. Thanks a bunch, Van. Sheesh, you really are something else. Well, I'm not exactly what you'd call a devoted martial artist, but I definitely feel like I caught a glimpse of something new. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to do this again at some point. Really? Then let's go another... Not now! I said at some point! Excellent work, Princess. Same to you, Arkwright. Oh, this is Kurogane. Whoa! Where'd you come from? Oh, and he's got refreshments. Hey there! Looks like you got everything ready for us. Indeed. I just finished setting the table. Enjoy. Ooh, that looks so good. Well, since we're here already, why don't we have a few drinks while we take in the view? Holy crap, this is delicious! Did that Kurogane guy make all this? He sure did. Isn't he great? He likes to cook when he isn't brushing up on his ninja skills. Although, cooking might actually be part of his ninjutsu training. After all, poisoning food is a tried and true means of assassination. Of course, she just has to mess with Van. And now I've lost my appetite. Anyway, I don't hear you talk about ninja stuff all that much, which strikes me as weird considering you're from Ikaruga. This may surprise you to hear, but despite me being Ikaruga's second in command, and despite learning the Black God One Blade style from my master, I'm not actually a shinobi myself. I've played around with some of the practitioners of the Rogetsu school, but that's about it. Is there a reason why she's not? I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Is that master of yours the one they call the Sword Hermit? Is it? I really expected this dude to show up by now. That's right, it is him! Yun Kafai. He's the master of the Ikaruga. And he just so happens to be an old friend of your master's. He was Ikaruga's former chieftain, the Sword Hermit Yun Kafai. In the West, he's better known as the founder of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. Is that right? So does that mean the Black God style is similar to the 8 Leaves? They're similar in some ways, but not so much in others. But that makes sense as to why both she and a certain other someone can both use spirit unification. The Dark Blade style of the Black God School has 1,000 years of history behind it. 8 Leaves One Blade is more of a modified Light Blade style that Master himself created using the Black God as a basis. Both aim to guide their practitioners along the path to enlightenment, but the roads we take and the means we use couldn't be more different. Since I trained under the Master himself, I have a pretty good understanding of how the two styles differ. Huh. Didn't realize there was so much to it. Now, let me ask a question of my own. Are you planning to stick with the Kunlun school until you master it? Or will you continue to pursue that hollow style of yours? To be honest, I'm not too interested in doing either. I've taken what I learned from him and incorporated it onto my own style. Might have taken a roundabout path, but it's worked for me so far. It definitely has allowed Van to keep pace with some real monsters. That's a very you answer. That said, the road you're walking is a thorny one. Instead of following any one school of discipline to the end, you're aiming for variety. You're basically scooping up little bits from all over. And while variety is the spice of life, There are limitations to overcome when trying to approach things from a great perspective. The path you're taking may turn out to be more than you can bear. Well, I can cross that bridge when I get there. Till then, I'm gonna stick to my way of doing things. And that involves helping people through 4SPGs, like the one you just put out. If the conditions are right, I just get out there and do it. I see. That's just the kind of person you are, huh? You're an interesting man, Van. One of these days, I'd like to introduce you to the matron and our chieftain. Like, it would be cool to go back to Longlai and see all the Ikaruga secrets. You'd have to reach the eastern end of the continent, though. No one outside of the Black God and 8 Leaves schools has ever done that. But there's a first for everything. You might be able to pull it off. Assuming you can get a handle on that Grendel form of yours. Dang. She's like, you might be able to do it, but you'd have to put literally everything you are into it. Why am I getting bad vibes from this? Don't worry your spiky little head. You know, I'm never bored when I'm around you. I'm always having all sorts of new experiences, like when we nearly attained new heights a bit ago. I hope you and I can continue being good friends. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Better friends than adversaries. Who said anything about us not being adversaries too? You know, just because you can read my mind doesn't mean you should. After that, the two of them spent a while enjoying the flowers blooming on the trees. And once they were done, they drove back to the city.
We were almost there. Well, there's always next time, I suppose. You're now on the hook for showing me what lies beyond someday. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot more of each other in the future.
We'd better. Well, she was serious with it, and I think we've got 5 more connection events to do.
Very well.
Okay.
Has Renee always been standing there? Frederica.
Thank you for coming to the first day of the Aramis Academy Festival.
Now, what haven't we done yet?
This festival
This
an annual
is
tradition that preserves the
Grid
principles
Hackers. And there's only 4 events, so... Alright, well... Hey, look at that! They've got a monitor showing what's going on in the game! Grid Hackers. You can imagine my bewilderment when I learned there'd be a hacking experience at the school festival. This was done on your recommendation too, no? They wanted to make an Orbital computer game. Only problem was, they were fresh out of ideas. That's when I remembered the hacking program we'd been using on those Orbital locks. Once I gave them a basic rundown, they latched onto the idea and ran away with it faster than I ever saw coming. Cactra helped out from there. The end result's a little more geared towards your average Joe. There's just one thing. I get that Fio's the player character, but seeing him plastered on these posters feels a little jarring. I find it rather adorable, actually. They'll be drawing in visitors in no time. Guess it's just me then. Anyway, what do you say we give the game a spin? Yes, an electric experience. A 2-player co-op. Yeah. A hacking game. Who should we invite? This one we'll do with Ren. Stages are randomized. Alright. So do we have to like swap between them?
Alright, let's hack our way through.
3 minutes. Holy. Okay, so as long as we follow this thing around, should be an easy first obstacle. Yes, sir. But this 3 minutes is giving me pause.
Easier than taking candy from a baby.
Oh, so I guess one of us is navigating, the other one is doing the hacking.
There goes the lock.
So, checkpoint number 1. Attained. And now here are 2. Okay, we got this.
Well, well.
Oh, crap. I was trying to just speed past. Ah, they're shorter and shorter, I see. Okay. Another checkpoint surmounted. Alright, we're gonna have to install that in order to be able to do this.
There goes the luck.
The goal? Wow, this was an extremely generous time limit, but they did say this was the beginner stage.
A mildly entertaining diversion.
Alright, well. Spirit droplet. Rejuvenated by their victory. Alright then. And with that,
Lantern launch!
who is up next? I mean, got to. Van parted ways with his companion for a short while. He then met up with Elaine, and the two went to speak with a prospective client. Who is... Okay, not anybody we recognize. Apologies for the delay. I'm with the Bracer Guild. Roderick. Oh yes, we've been expecting you. Aren't you that famous A-rank bracer? Thank you so much for accepting our request on such short notice. Oh, you brought Van along as well. So we're acquainted with this guy already. Fancy seeing you again. For the record, I'm mostly just along for the ride. You know him? Yeah, I met him while doing a Forest PG a while back. You still keeping in touch with old Bruno? Oh, he was the guy who got saved by that, from the terrorist attack. Yes, I consulted him about all this, in fact. Anyway, I feel much better knowing that you're on the case. Let's get down to business, shall we? So, you suspect a stalker will crash your wedding today and attack the bride. Do I have that right? You do, yes. Wow. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Honestly, we're at a loss of what to do. It all began when Dorothea was kind enough to care for a man who was passed out along the side of the road. She was already engaged at that point, but that didn't stop the man from obsessing over her after the fact. She reached out to the police and the guild several times, but they couldn't do much as he was careful to remain within the confines of the law. Then, once the wedding date was set, she received an unusual package. Inside was a clandestine photo of her and the groom. The faces were cut out, and the message was written in blood. Love never dies. Oh yeah, this guy's gotta go. The wedding date was listed as well, even though it had only just been decided on. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. How despicable. Only the vilest of fiends would seek to ruin such an important day in a young couple's life. That's a textbook example of a threat letter. Should be enough cause for the guild to take action. Problem is, if we're following the Bracer Code, I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that you delay your wedding. When danger is imminent, we have to put the safety of the citizens above all else. I hope you understand. I was afraid of that. I'm so sorry, Dorothea. No, don't be. It's for the best. We can't risk putting our friends and family in harm's way. I just wish we could have celebrated this with them. Everyone was able to take time out of their busy schedules for this. Well, alright. I think this request can qualify as a Forest PG now. Oh? Arkwright Solutions will be working with the guild on this one. No need to move the wedding date, because I've got an idea. You do? But how would... No, I'll pay any price you ask, as long as it means we can have our wedding as planned. To pull this one off, I'm gonna need the assistance of our very own Beauty's Blade. Say no more. I'll do whatever I can to help. Yeah, this guy, oh my gosh. He's got this down to a science. After that, they enlisted the aid of the cathedral staff and swiftly put Van's plan into place. And so, the wedding began on schedule. Oh, we're going right to it. The wedding is today, then? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today before the goddess Adios to join Roderick and Dorothea in the bonds of holy matrimony. Do you, Roderick, take this woman, Dorothea, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live? I do. And do you, Dorothea, take this man Roderick in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live? Stop! It's him? Who do you think you are? You have no right to be barging in on this sacred union. You must be the lowlife bastard they told me about. Why, Dorothea? Why would you marry the likes of him? I'm the one you love. That's why you saved me back then, right? Buddy, get a grip. Get a grip, man. That's just some fantasy you dreamed up on your own. I will never give up the woman I love, and especially not to someone who only burdened her with a one-sided obsession. What? What the hell did you just say to me? Who do you think you are, you piece of shit? Get lost. We have nothing to do with this. Dorothea, my beloved, it's time to go. Holy! To the goddess's side where our love will never die. This man is crazy. There we go. Holy crap. Huh? I must say, I find your unrequited love rather shallow. You couldn't even tell that your beloved was an imposter. It was Elaine? Whoa! What? That's the A-rank bracer. Beauty's blade? Why's she here? But why? Where's my Dorothea? Far away from you with the heat that you're packing. That's definitely a costume we'll be able to get. Oh, Roderick. Oh, Dorothea. Everything's going to be all right now. So, what'd y'all think of our mid-wedding halftime show? A little unprecedented, I know, but hey, there's a first for everything. And right, definitely gotta maintain appearances so nobody gets too spooked. Our special guest, Elaine O'Clair, gave a performance for the ages, all to test the love of our leading lady and man. Let's give our groom a big round of applause for bravely fending off his girl's would-be captor. Holy cannoli, I had no idea they switched out the bride. Okay, it was a little too realistic for my tastes, but man, what a show! Huh, that darn Spriggan really knows how to throw everyone for a loop. It's actually really cute that Bruno got invited. I sincerely apologize for causing such a ruckus. We will get the ceremony back underway in just a moment. Let me offer my congratulations to the soon-to-be happy newlyweds. Afterwards, they quietly turned the stalker over to the police. Yeah, we've got plenty of evidence now. The wedding went on from there without any further disruptions. That guy's gonna have a mental break when he realizes what happened, though. Elaine? Van? Thank you so much for saving our wedding. Well, that was a neat and tidy ending. I'm glad we were able to help them. Can't believe I was able to pull one over on the crowd with that halftime show bit. That was one hell of a gamble. If Roderick hadn't done that whole spiel from the heart, I doubt anyone would have bought it. Hey, I got a question for you. Why the special interest in this request? Something about this job must have caught your eye. Don't think you'd wanted to leave in the middle of the festival otherwise. Well, I suppose that's true. Well, to answer your question, the subject of marriage just so happened to be on my mind lately. They are 25, and yes, they are 25. Seeing as how my family, or rather my relatives, have been trying to get me to tie the wedding knot. I've received a few proposals already. Really? I knew the Quincy Company had been hard at work rebuilding the business, but this is the first I'm hearing of this. As you may well know, our family has a long lineage, and many of my relatives are the old-fashioned sort. They say it's all to support the Eau Claire family. I suppose it sounds noble when put like that. In all likelihood, they're simply desperate to find their footing. Things may have been rather chaotic following my father's incarceration. In a way, I almost pity them. And to be honest, that's why I've entertained the notion. Well, I don't think you should. I know you're just trying to bear the burden for everyone like usual, but that ain't your responsibility, alright? Your dad's the one who committed a crime, not you. It isn't your job to mop up his mess. You can't fix everything. If you say you can, then that's arrogance talking, plain and simple. But, you know, that might just be the most hypocritical thing you've ever said, right? I'm just speaking from experience, that's all. From one burden-bearing person to another, don't forget why you chose the path you're on. You didn't choose it for your family's sake, and you sure as hell didn't choose it for mine either. Actually, about that, you should play Reverie Van. You're right. No, in fact, you're exactly right. Oh, and don't worry about those marriage proposals. I turned them all down. Who said I was worried? By the way, you might not want to put this off for too much longer. We're both getting up there in age. Yeah! Van knows the score. Excuse me? I'll have you know I'm only 24, so Van is older. Uh-oh, here it comes! I'd forgotten about this part. Okay, here I go! Oh! Wow! Elaine caught it! Congrats! I wonder if this was my reward for all the hard work I've put in lately. A certain someone I know could, and should, learn from my example. Hit me where it hurts, why don't you? Fine, I'll try and take a few pointers. After that, Van and Elaine left the cathedral behind. And after tying up all the loose ends of the stalker case, they met back up with the rest of their friends.
Back when we were students, I always thought this day might come for us. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just lost in thought. We're both still walking our own paths, so let's focus on that for now. I'll be happy to help you along in whatever little ways I can.
My heart is about to burst! I love them so much! So much! Oh my god. These two, man. These two. Oh. It's like Valentine's Day. All over again. Oh, what's all this? Ooh, 200! So you can see the 200 ones even without shard searching, which I guess makes sense. Because those things are absolutely bursting with shards. But anyways, back to it. Yes, it's like Valentine's Day inside of my coronary. Or whatever the heck you call a heart. I love him. I love him so much.
What's next?
We should... There's only 4 events, which means there was one that we haven't done yet. Music Workshop, Eastern Hackers, or whatever the heck. Using the suggestion box to collect surveys. Guess we just have to explore the whole place so we can give them a fair review. So we do have to, did they say we have to take a look at all 4 events, or we have to do 4 events? Well, either way, I just want to...
Very well.
Okay.
I keep hitting the I keep hitting the wrong button because the controls for run are reversed for some reason. And this is... Which one is this? Okay, that's Quiz Masters. So Grid Hackers, Quiz King, and then we've got 7 hearts down here. What's going on outside? Let's take a look at that.
Do you have what it takes to oust our resident game master? Then I invite you to come by and try your...
Aramis Academy. There's on Yes. And Kisara alongside Mr. Curtis.
Our festival was a busy affair in its own right, but it looks like theirs is even more so. I have to wonder if they're managing all right.
Trust me, the
Oh, god dang it. I didn't think they would... Looks like the 2-on-2 basketball challenge is in full swing. You arranged to have other players from outside the school assist, as I recall. Are you visiting all the activities one by one? Ours is going great, thanks to you for pointing us in the right direction the other day. Me and my crew were stunned at first. We couldn't believe the famous Aramis Academy would ask us to pick Shan. The plan is to have Simon's crew take turns with the boys' team over the next 3 days. It'd be rough to have the girls' team do the rotating, especially if an actual pro showed up. Members aren't quite at that level. Alright. More like 2 one-on-one sessions. Alright, yeah. And, where is our active voice?
Trust me, the current student council crew knows what they're doing. I wouldn't worry.
Me neither. Alright, so let's talk. Yeah. And this one will partner with... We can bring... Dang, I wish I hadn't picked Yume for the other one. That would be very funny. Let's do it. Pull out all the stops too. How about you shove those stops back in and control yourself, right? There's no reason to go insane here.
Let's do our best out there, alright?
Sure. I'll try not to beat them too badly.
Let's begin.
Let's begin. Too bad.
God dang.
There.
All right. Oh crap. Well, that didn't go very well. Now did it? Crap. Uh-oh.
Nice move.
Okay.
Nice moves.
Whew. We can still make this up with Shizuna.
Keep at it.
Crap.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
God dang, dude.
Pull out all the stuff. I don't think so.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
All right.
That's the right idea.
Buzzer beater? Yes.
Excellent work. There.
Crap.
Aww.
Ducking and dodging like that? I don't friggin' think so. All right. I think we just friggin' lost. Yeah. They're stacking the points on us. I can't even lie.
You can keep going, right, Van?
All right.
That's the right idea.
All right.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
Crap.
Too bad. Keep at it.
Oh, crap.
That's the spirit.
Oh, it was too weak.
Too bad.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
God dang it, dude. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We can still bring this back with Shizuna, I think. All right.
Splendid work. You're all.
All right.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
I don't think so. Good luck.
Can we do one more?
Not bad.
Yes, come on. No. Oh, crap.
All right.
Oh no! She broke our freaking ankles! Ah, yes! Alright!
Keep at it.
Okay, so we have to keep going until we get 2, I guess. But I'm getting into the swing of things now.
I'm expecting great things out of you.
Alright! Buzzer beater? No, we have that up.
Too bad.
Nope! F out of here, buddy!
Nice move.
Nice.
Yeah! Yes! Alright! Oh, no! Oh, got him! Alright!
Looks like victory is ours.
Yeah!
That's how the ball bounces.
Jeez. Alright. Took a little second. But we were able to go ahead and get that win. Devoted alumnus. And who's up 4th? As far as who we're interested in, go ahead and see what she's doing. Van parted ways with his companion. And that's what led to the bicycle parking incident. We've since changed the way we're directing traffic, so I don't expect this to be an issue going forward. Well, I'm glad to hear this matter came to a swift resolution, which was no doubt owed to your prompt response, I'm sure. Thank you for your report. Keep up the good work as always. Of course. Oh, and one last thing. I know you're in charge of the festival and all, but I hope you'll give yourself a break soon. It's long overdue. Off he goes. And in we should come. Oh. Hello, Ren Bright speaking. Oh my, a direct inquiry from the Institute. Is that in regards to the dissertation I published recently? Wow, so she's still on top of her academic work. So they would like me to give a lecture on the design theories behind network traffic for long-distance communications? Wow, that's a mouthful. I understand. I'll check my schedule and get back with you as soon as I can. Have a lovely day. Whew. No rest for the weary student council president, I suppose. Are we that picture? There's no way. There is! No, I shouldn't complain. I'm not the only one who's busy after all. Well then, I think I'll take advantage of this brief respite to chip away at my paperwork. Now that's a cute cameo. I'll start with the club applications and the paperwork submitted for the new school year. Oh, come in. I wonder if it's Odette this time. Nope. Hey there. Sorry to interrupt. You look as busy as ever, Miss President. Ah, good afternoon, Van. This is an unexpected surprise, but not an unwelcome one. To what do I owe this visit? Has something happened? If there's a problem, I'll make sure it's taken care of right away. Actually, I just came to ask one simple question. Want to come on a little date with me? My, Van Arkwright. I never took you for a casual flirt. I wonder how Agnes and Elaine would react if I spilled the tea on this little move you're making. Huh? Why are you bringing them up? Anyway, it looks like you've wrapped up all the work you need to for now. You can spare the time, I'm sure. But if you want to play the stubborn card, I'll just have to drag you out of this office by force. Well, you aren't leaving me much choice in the matter. Not that I'm objecting, of course. Absconding with you might make for a pleasant change of pace. Would you care to escort me? Course. Van led Ren out the rear exit, and the two of them headed out into town in his pickup truck. So where are they going, though? To the bookstore? Ah, so they have new sightseeing guides for Liberl and Crossbell, do they? I'm sure there's a lot of brand new stuff to see there these days. There's even one for the Empire. Can't imagine I'll be heading out that way anytime soon. Don't sound so sure, man. But I'd like to someday. Bet there are loads of great desserts you can only find over on the west half of the continent. Well, if you do decide to go out that way, I wouldn't mind showing you around. I can take you on a tour of all the major cities, and I can help you find the places that are off the map. I know all the best restaurants. Careful, I might take you up on that offer. And as such... Okay, so we're just... Huh. I never really had you pegged as the type who'd like fishing. Can you? I think in Reverie you could fish with anybody. Oh yeah, I think you once told me that your older sister was pretty into it. She's a bracer, yeah? That's right. She taught me how to fish before I moved to Calvert. I only do it on occasion, but it's a nice way to pass the time. She and her partner are traveling all over Zemuria in their effort to achieve A-rank status. She sends me pictures of fish she catches sometimes. Although I do wish she'd spare me the details of their little lover spats. Sounds like the two of you are pretty tight. Man, he's got no idea. Them jokers have been through the freaking ringer. Holy shit. It's that limited edition cake everyone's been hyped up about. Every time I poke my head in here, it's always sold out. It was even featured in a magazine special on heavenly confections. It certainly looks delicious. It would probably go well with a refreshing cup of tea. Want to give it a try? I know you're only asking because you want to try it for yourself, but very well, we can have some. Hell yeah! It'd be nice if we got a new recipe out of this, but that's not how these connection events work. Eventually, the pair made their way to the Grand Circuit. Dang, we're just touring the city! After partaking in a leisurely stroll around the racetrack, they did some window shopping and dropped by the beer garden. For their final stop, they decided to ride the Ferris wheel. Grand Wheel. Whew! We sure packed a lot in one date, huh? Indeed. You have my gratitude, Van. This was exactly the sort of break I needed. Although I can't help but feel this supposed date is missing something. A touch of romance, perhaps? Hey, cut me some slack. I'm already in enough trouble as is for running off with a high school girl. What a pity. Alright, I think it's about time you came clean. About the reason you took me on this date, I mean. It was almost as though you could tell I was in low spirits. She's been away from her family for a long while. I know you did all this from a place of genuine concern, but the timing was just a little too perfect, even for you. Did Albert or Agnes go to him? Tell me, did Estelle, Joshua, and Tita send you a 4SPG through the guild? Really? Wow! My guess is yes. They were unable to fulfill their promise of coming to today's festival, so this must be their way of making up for that. But, well, I guess they would probably, like, through Ren talking about him, they're probably aware of her history with him. Well, guess the cat's out of the bag. I already told them they didn't need to come. I didn't want them to feel guilty. They have their hands full with their work at the guild and the ZCF, so I fully understood why they couldn't make the time. I know they were looking forward to it, and that it was out of their hands. I tried to reassure them it was fine, but... No, I suppose they could tell that, deep down, I miss them. They really are such kind, lovely people. That's why I miss them so. Yeah, that much is clear as day. I mean, they're the ones who found you when you were still wandering around on your own as Kitty. You've all got a special bond. Yeah, that's definitely what she was up to when they met. Indeed we do. They're my pride and joy. Thank you, Van. This really was a nice surprise. Maybe one day I can return the favor to them. It's ironic that the former Kitty can only barely scratch the surface. You didn't think the surprise was over already, did you? No way. A new holo system. What is... Good morning, Ren. No, is it? There's no way they did that for her. You have grown, partner. It's Potter Mater! That's awesome! Huh? Are you... Is it really you? No, don't say that. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Ren. He sustained critical damage to his logic unit. There's no backup system for Gordius-class archaisms. It'll be all right. We'll fix you, Will. Goodbye. First recorded reactivation since 1204. It is good to see you again, Ren. Potter Mater! Did we surprise you? Sorry we couldn't make it to the festival, Ren. I know it doesn't really make up for it, but we've had this gift in the works for a super long time. Now that you're coming up on graduation, and since you're soon to be turning 18, we wanted to do something special to commemorate the occasion. It took a lot of people to make it happen, and we now owe favors to the people the world over. But it was all worth it, because we were able to bring back someone who meant the world to you. How's that for a surprise? We hope you like it. Estelle, Joshua, and even Tita. No, I'm sure you weren't the only ones who did this. That's right. Your family and friends weren't my only clients. The Golden Butterfly and the Direwolf were also in on this. Oh, and an unnamed fortune teller and a phantom thief pitched in too. Whoa! Alright, they get mentions finally. The request was signed by the whole lot of them. Even Yoerg, wherever he is, put his name down. It's the same Gordius-class archaism that was destroyed during Crossbell's first bid for independence 5 years ago. They've been working on restoring it in secret, and they asked me to deliver it to you. Now I can support you once more. It is good to be home, Ren. I've got literal goosebumps. This is so nice. Welcome home. Welcome home, Potter Mater. Looks like my work here is done. That's adorable. Estelle, Joshua, Tita, everyone. I hope you realize just how unfair this is. You kept all this from me and even roped Yoerg and Luciola into it. Your best friend's the one who got the ball rolling. She took an interest in holocores while researching the Zypha standard. Then, when the idea popped into her head, she and your family set to work on it. They had to get in contact with Boros and Yoerg so they could restore Potter Mater as a holocore. And you know what? If any group of people could do it, it would be them. And turns out, news travels fast in the society. Once the word hit, it spread like wildfire. They all gathered the data from when Potter Mater was destroyed, along with any scrap of archive info from the 13 factories. Using that as a base, they were able to assemble a logic unit that was as close to the original as you could get. Then they recreated it. Having said that, it's still just a prototype. They'll be making some improvements in the future. They got past all kinds of organizational and international barriers to make this happen. It's a miracle in the truest sense of the word. I mean, shaking heaven and earth is just part of what a bracer does, right? This is all thanks to the connections you've made along the way. They all came together and made it a reality. You're right. And don't forget that you played a part in all this too, Van. You speak as though you had next to no involvement, but that simply isn't true. After all, you're the one who lives in that space between the light and dark, allowing you to be connected to and trusted by those of both sides. I mean, I guess. Anyway, hopefully this helps you realize just how many people you have in your corner. Yes, I feel like this experience has really driven that point home for me. You've really outdone yourself this time, Van. Nah, all I did was handle one little request. But I will say, just because you can do anything doesn't mean you should try to do everything. If you need help, I'm just a phone call away. And you can always shoot me a 4SPG whenever you'd like. I'll do whatever I can for you. Oh, you really are impossible. You just won't play fair, will you? I feel like I'll never be able to repay all you've done for me. No, one day, I'll find a way. After that, Van and Ren got off the Ferris wheel and made their way back to Aramis Academy, enjoying the drive along the way.
Thank you for bringing Potter Mater back to me. I do hope you realize I will not stand to let this debt go unpaid. Prepare yourself, because one day I will show you just how grateful I really am.
That's really cool. Potter, and we did get something out of it! I was really hoping that would actually come to fruition, but yes, I'm sure it's probably something that only she can equip.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Though that won't stop me from trying.
I don't mind taking a look.
Potter Mater greatly enhances defense and AI capabilities, or offensive and defensive capabilities.
Potter Mater, ready to assist.
Yes! He's back! But okay, we're going to go ahead, call it a part here, and finish out this, well, I guess the nice fun part of the finale. That's all gonna be next time though, so definitely join me then for more Trails through Daybreak 2. Bye for now, guys.